When we talk about the greatest TV series of all time, two names almost always dominate the conversation: Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad. Both have won multiple awards, both have passionate fan bases, and both have left an indelible mark on television history. So naturally, people often ask, which one is better? But here's the thing. Comparing Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad is kind of like comparing apples and oranges. Sure, they're both fruit, but they're fundamentally different in taste, texture, and purpose. Game of Thrones is an epic fantasy saga filled with magic, medieval politics, dragons, and sprawling kingdoms. Breaking Bad, on the other hand, is a modern crime drama that explores the dark descent of a high school chemistry teacher into the dangerous world of methamphetamine. The truth is, debates over which is the best series of all time often overlook the fact that these shows cater to different audiences, explore different themes, and deliver their storytelling in completely different ways. Yes, both are excellent at what they do, but they're doing completely different things. So while it's fun to debate, we need to ask ourselves, is this matchup even fair? Let's start with Game of Thrones. Based on George R. Martin's book series, A Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones is a sprawling medieval fantasy. It's set in the fictional continents of Westeros and Essos, where noble families vie for control of the Iron Throne, the ultimate symbol of power. The show is massive in scope, featuring dozens of main characters, each with their own ambitions, rivalries, and secrets. At its heart, Game of Thrones is about power: who holds it, how they get it, and what they're willing to sacrifice to keep it. But it's also about the consequences of that power. Characters like Ned Stark, Daenerys Targaryen, and Jon Snow aren't just trying to win, they're constantly navigating moral dilemmas, political betrayals, and the ever-present threat of war. And let's not forget the fantastical elements. Dragons, White Walkers, and magic all add layers of unpredictability and danger. Part of what made Game of Thrones revolutionary is its willingness to subvert expectations. Main characters die unexpectedly, alliances shift constantly, and the moral compass is never clear-cut. This unpredictability keeps viewers on the edge of their seats and sparks endless debates about who truly deserves the throne, or who is doomed to die next. In short, Game of Thrones is about epic-scale storytelling. It's cinematic, political, fantastical, and at times brutal. It appeals to viewers who love complex plots, large ensemble casts, and immersive world-building. Now let's switch gears to Breaking Bad. Created by Vince Gilligan, this show is the story of Walter White, a mild-mannered high school chemistry teacher who turns to cooking meth after being diagnosed with terminal cancer. Unlike Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad isn't about kingdoms or dragons. It's about a man's moral descent and transformation. Breaking Bad is a character-driven story. Every action, decision, and consequence revolves around Walter White and his partner, Jesse Pinkman. It's a slow burn that meticulously shows how a seemingly ordinary person can become a criminal mastermind. The beauty of Breaking Bad lies in its moral complexity. You find yourself rooting for Walter, even as he makes increasingly immoral choices. The series is also a masterclass in tension and storytelling. From the meticulous drug-making sequences to nail-biting confrontations with law enforcement and rival criminals, Breaking Bad keeps viewers engaged by carefully layering suspense and drama. While Game of Thrones is about external conflicts, battles, politics, dragons, Breaking Bad is about internal conflict. It's about what a person is willing to do to survive, to protect their family, or simply to feel powerful in a world that has left them powerless.